What's up, YouTube? I hope each and every one of you guys are healthy and having a great day. Today we're doing something a little bit different. This is not normally the style of vehicle that I review, but this is a 2023 Ford E-Transit 350. Huge thank you to JC Sheed over at Koons Sterling Ford, located here in Sterling, Virginia, for allowing me to do this review for you guys today. If you guys are interested in this van or any Ford product, I'll be sure to have JC's information on screen as well as in the description box down below. But with that said, let's get into the video. First, let's do a little walk around of the E-Transit. So like I said, this is a 2023 Ford E-Transit 350. This is the low roof cargo van, regular length configuration, and this particular one has been painted in work truck white, also known as Oxford white. But let's start over here at our headlights, because we do get halogen headlights with automatic high beams, and then working our way up, you get 2 hood vents and rain sensing wipers, so the wipers will turn on automatically if it senses rain. And then moving down just a tad, you get an E-Transit specific satin black grille with 3 blue grille bars and a chrome grille surround. And then at the center of the grille, you have your Ford logo, and then just below your Ford logo, you have your charge port. So opening this up, you have your 120 volt charger, as well as just below that, you have your fast DC charging port. I guess you got to take the top one out first, bear with me. So there is your fast charging port. So get 2 charging ports, one for at home slow charging, and then one for at home, I guess, fast 240 volt charging. And then just below your charge port, you have your carbon black front bumper. With the E-Transit up front, you get a independent McPherson strut front suspension, as well as you get 16-inch steel wheels with silver wheel covers. Those wheels are wrapped in a 235/65 Continental Van Contact all-season tire. I'll give you guys a view of the tread pattern on that tire, as well as a view of your independent front suspension. That's what it looks like. You also do get some satin black wheel arch molding, as well as black body side moldings. Satin black mirror caps. These mirrors are the base model mirrors, so all you get is like a top mirror and then a fisheye mirror on the bottom. However, you can option for long arm mirrors, as well as power folding mirrors, heated mirrors with turn signals, blind spot monitoring, and you can option for a 360 degree view camera. With the 360 degree view camera, you get a camera on the bottom of your side view mirrors. You get some black window trim, satin black door handles. You got a keyhole for your point and stick key. And then you get some satin black cladding that goes along the side of the E-Transit. That's a view of the side. You also can option for windows. This particular one's a cargo van. It's going to be used for work, so windows doesn't really matter. Also, windows are an additional cost. You get satin black arch moldings in the back as well. Those are your 16-inch wheels, and this is your suspension in the rear. So the rear also gets an independent suspension with coil springs, as well as a semi-trailing arm and stabilizer bar. If you take a look back here, you can see your electric motor, as well as your 1-speed transmission and electric axle. So it's kind of cool to take a look under here and see all of what's going on with the E-Transit. Also, working our way to the business end, you get a 50/50 hinge rear door with a 180 degree opening. So let's open it up. I guess I gotta have the key. So this is what your key looks like, just a regular Ford key. Press the unlock button and it will unlock these rear doors. Pull on that to open up both doors. And then these are cool because they are locking. So if there's wind or something like that, all you got to do is like that. So if there's wind, now it's not going to close on you, which is a very, very nice feature. And it's also a very simple feature as well. And obviously that is on both side doors. You can see right here as well. All you got to do is push forward. And then you got tons of, oh, I guess I didn't lock it. I got to push it all the way about to right there. And then I believe you can lock it. So now they're both locked, and you can see this one blew because it was not locked, but you can see all the storage space back here. I guess I'll step up into it, why not? And you get some lights up top here. I apologize for the echo, but you get 2 dome lights, and that's about it. There's your sliding door that you can open up from the inside. All you gotta do is pull back on that, go all the way, and then you can see you actually have a pretty decent sized opening for you know, unloading and loading the E-Transit. And obviously you got a door out here as well. That is what your door looks like. Obviously there's your rail for your sliding door. But yeah, very good amount of storage space back here. If you guys were wondering about the payload capacity, the payload capacity is 3,880 pounds. Let's close the door, push and unlock, pull back. This one's unlocked. This one's got to shut first, but you can see it opens up all the way. So it's basically flat, so you can see all the way. We'll close that. Get your E-Transit badging with a nice blue trim piece that goes under that. Third brake light, halogen tail lights, halogen turn signals, Ford logo, and you get some more satin black cladding at the back end with your backup camera. The backup camera quality is actually very, very good, and it's way better than even I was expecting. You also get a carbon black rear bumper with 2 reflectors and a tow hook on the passenger side of that rear bumper. I'll do a little walk around of the E-Transit. It looks very, very similar to the regular Transit van, the gas powered Transit. However, the only real difference obviously is the electric motor. I apologize about the wind if there's any wind noise, but it's pretty windy out here. And then you have your antenna on the passenger side of the vehicle. But you can see the only real way to tell that this is an electric Transit is with that blue grille, as well as if you guys look under it, then you can see that it's not your typical gas powered Transit because of the electric motor and all the electric stuff that's going on for your rear drive wheels. But I'm curious to hear what you guys think of an electric Transit van. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. But with that out of the way, let's move into performance. Popping open the hood reveals that 68 kilowatt hour battery pack that goes to 1 electric motor. Total output is 266 horsepower and 317 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to a single speed transmission for a 0 to 60 time, which we'll find out later on in this video. I got to do a draggy test. And if you guys were wondering about range, you can get 126 miles of range with the E-Transit 350. But if you guys are enjoying the video so far today, please give this video a big thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. I'm really trying to hit 10,000 subscribers, and I cannot do that without your guys' help. So if you guys would, give the video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. But let's move into the interior. Moving into the interior, I want to show you guys a couple of the functions on the key fob. So you can lock it, you can unlock it. Pressing on this button will unlock your rear 2 doors only, and then you have a panic button on here as well. I'm not sure if it's picking up on the GoPro. However, you can see you have a keyhole thing right there, so you can take your actual key, stick it in there, and unlock it if you wanted to that way. Easiest way, obviously, is pressing the unlock button on the key fob. And let's take a look at our door panel. So door panel looks pretty basic, to be honest with you. It's like a vinyl type of material. You get a grab handle right here to close the door, automatic up and down driver window, but it is a manual down and up passenger window. And then down here, unlock and lock buttons, get your door handle. Good amount of storage space at the bottom of the door panel, great spot. You can set a smart water bottle, and then you get some more miscellaneous storage space under that storage space. So that's pretty cool. You got a speaker on the door as well. You get a 2-way manual driver seat and a 2-way manual passenger seat. So this is a fixed height, but it's actually a great height for me. I'm 5'9". I can definitely see over the hood very, very well. And these seats are ultra comfortable. So these are vinyl wrapped seats, and they are actually, they feel like leather-ish, but they're actually super comfortable. So let's step into the interior and see what we got going on in here. So you got a cup holder on the left hand side of your steering wheel, HVAC vent, another HVAC vent. Obviously you got your steering wheel with your media controls on the left hand side of the steering wheel, and then these controls control your productivity screen. So let's put the key into the keyhole, put it in, twist it, and then she turns on. So start over here. This is your power mirror controls. I'm going to close the door because it's windy outside. So here are your power mirror controls. Then this is your headlight controls. So you got headlights off, daytime running lights on, and headlights in automatic. Then you got these 2 buttons. This is to dim your backlit gauges as well as your backlit buttons. This is to brighten your backlit gauges as well as your backlit buttons. So one thing that I find pretty cool is that, you know, these things are probably going to be used for like deliveries for like Amazon or, you know, something along those lines. And most Amazon drivers or whatever, they have their phone like on a holder, which is normally like right here. And what's pretty cool is that down here, you have a 12-volt power outlet as well as a USB-C port and a great spot. You can set pens, tape measure, I mean, a ton of different things. And you can see you got tons of storage space that goes along your dash, as well as some more storage up top here, which is really sweet. You got a speaker up top here, another speaker over there. You got 2 grab handles, one for the driver, one for the passenger. And then down here, you can set another water bottle or miscellaneous items like pens or something like that. But let's move up to here. So to turn the vehicle on, you turn it on just like any other vehicle. So right now it's just in accessory mode. To turn it on, you got to twist it all the way, and now it is on. And you can see it's just kind of weird to turn the key and basically it turns on, but it's not making any noise. So that's just kind of, it's interesting to me. But over here, you get your turn signal stock. That's what your turn signal sounds like on the E-Transit. And then this is your lane keep assist button. So press that in, that's off. Press it in again and it turns right back on. You get a vinyl wrapped steering wheel. Again, media controls. And then these controls control your screen. Let's take a listen to the horn. That is what the horn sounds like on the E-Transit. This is a manual tilting and telescoping steering wheel. Apologize, I was trying to pull it and it wasn't coming. But yeah, manual tilting and telescoping. Right over here, you have auto hold, which is a really cool feature. And then you have your electronic parking brake. All you gotta do is pull up on that. That will engage the parking brake. To disengage it, put your foot on the brake and push back on it and it will disengage the parking brake. Let's go throughout this screen here for a second. So we see where that green is. That is like your regenerative braking. So when you're coming to a stop, that is where your RPM gauge would normally be, would be in the green. And then you have like this where it says 0, 50, and 100. That's how much power of the powertrain that you are using. And on the drive over here, I kept it under 50% utilization because I want to see what this thing can do. Is 0 to 60. That's ready. That means that the vehicle's ready to move. That's your odometer on the upper left-hand side of the screen, ambient exterior temperature on the upper right-hand side of the screen, and then on the lower left-hand side of the screen, that is our range that we have left with the electric battery. Obviously, speedometer on the right-hand side of the gauge cluster. That is like your fuel gauge, also known as like your battery percentage. Park, reverse, neutral, drive. It lights up in orange to let you know which gear you are in. And then we can go throughout this screen here. So right now, you can go into your different settings. You can go into your phone stuff, which is connected to CarPlay. You can go into music. This is navigation, or basically your compass, driver assistance stuff. And then you go into here. This is probably the screen that I would personally leave it on. But again, that's just personal preference. I guess Siri just activated there for a second. I'm not quite sure why, but that's about it for your gauge cluster. This is about my view from my height, so you can see what I can see out the side, as well as on this side as well. And then in the back there, obviously you can see we do not have a rear view mirror because, well, you're not gonna be able to see anything back there with those doors not having any windows. So opening this back up, you do not get a vanity mirror or a vanity light, but you got a spot right here that you can set your registration. You can see that little band. And then, you know, that's about it for that. This is your Bluetooth mic pickup for your Bluetooth phone. And then pressing on this button will turn your dome lights on, all of them. Pressing on that again, and they will all turn right back off. Then right here, you can see that will turn off the dome lights. So now when I open up the door, they're not gonna turn on. If I have it in the middle, now this is set to door, so when I open up the door, the dome lights will turn on. And then if I just want the dome lights to be on, I can flip it like that, and then that will turn these front dome lights on. So this will let you know if your passenger airbag is on or off. And to me, personally, this is the highlight of the E-Transit. So this is this is a base model Transit E350 that doesn't have literally one option, not even one option on it. And it comes with this 12-inch Sync 4 infotainment with wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto as standard. So this literally will come with the car, whether you option anything or not. So I think that is really, really cool. Your climate screen is within this screen, so you can see all your climate stuff is down here. Pressing on this button, it will pop up the screen, and then you can turn it on or off by the press of that button, and then you can go into all your different controls by that. And then if you want it to close, press right here again, and then that screen will close. And this is a Sync 4 system, so if you guys know about Sync 4, then you guys pretty much know how this works. If I press this, this will take up more of the screen. So now Apple CarPlay is like the majority of my screen. I think that is pretty cool. And then if you guys just want to get back into like the Ford screen, you can see your home button up top here, and that will bring you into the home screen. You can see all these different things. You can go into your settings. So here are your different settings. That's about it for that. And then you can go into your features, we'll go into that. You can go into your drive modes, access, all these different things. Go back, and then you can go into your different apps. That's your ambient exterior temperature. That's the current time. But yeah, I mean, that's about it for that screen. You get your volume knob, you get your hazard button. That's what your hazards sound like. And then right over here, I believe this is your different drive modes. So you got normal, eco, and slippery. This is your max defroster, and I think this is to turn the screen off. So if I press it again, I think if I press and hold it, that will turn the screen off. We'll see. Maybe not. Maybe it just brings you into that. Normally on Fords like that would like turn the screen off, but I guess it just brings you into your time and stuff. So also, you got a USB-A port, another 12-volt outlet, a great spot. You can set your coffee, and then you have this rotary dial, just like you find in like a Mustang GT500. So twist it to the right, go into reverse, twist it one more time to the right, you're in neutral, then you go into drive, and you can keep twisting it even though you're already in drive. Press L to go into low, and then twist it all the way back to the left to go back into park. And then right here you can put like an accessory, so if you wanted an extra cup holder, you can buy one of those on Amazon or buy one of those directly from Ford, set that there, and then you can have a cup holder or something to hold like a hook or something like that. So I think that is pretty cool. And then over here you got a locking glove box, good amount of storage space down in there. You can fit your owner's manual, you can see, which is already in there, napkins, straws, pretty much whatever you need to. And one thing that I like about the driver's seat is that you also get a center fold down armrest, and like I said, this seat is super comfortable. No, it does not go up and it does not go down, but it does go forward and backward, like recline wise. It doesn't go like forward and backward, like getting closer to the steering wheel. But I think I'm in a great like spot for what I need to do driving wise. So I think it's actually pretty comfortable. But you know, this is the interior. You also get another cup holder there for your passenger. So yeah, pretty cool and very comfortable. And I think it's cool that, you know, they're starting to make these things electric, and this is electric before like a Ford Escape is fully electric. So that's kind of cool to me. It's kind of funny, to be honest, as well. But a couple other things that I wanted to mention was how clear the backup camera is, and I'll show you guys that now. I'll throw it into reverse, and you can see your backup camera is like high definition, but take a listen to the sound that it makes when you put it in reverse. You can hear it's like a hum. It's like and then it's like beep beep beep. You hear it? So that's kind of cool. So if there's somebody behind you, it makes that noise. And I found that a lot of electric cars, when you put them into reverse, they make noise like that, which is pretty interesting. And then I do want to read off of the window sticker, so bear with me here for a second. I'll read to you guys some safety features that come standard with the E-Transit, and those safety features include your auto high beam headlights, as well as forward collision warning, hill start assist, you get your lane keeping system, you get post collision braking, pre-collision assist with automatic emergency braking, you get side wind stabilization, which is helpful when you're driving and it's super windy out. And then you also get a rear view camera with trailer hitch assist. So that is pretty nice. You can see your safety stuff, so you can read through advanced track with RSC, all your safety airbags, your four-wheel disc brakes. And you can see there's no options on this particular E-Transit. You can option for some different things if you guys wanted to, but I do want to read over the MSRP of the way that this particular Transit is spec'd. So like I said, this particular Transit is a 2023 E-Transit 350. It's the low roof cargo van regular length configuration. You guys can go to the high roof. You have a couple different options, I think, when it comes to the length of it as well. So yeah, this isn't the only configuration that you can get of the E-Transit, but I do want to read over the MSRP. So the MSRP of the way that this one is spec'd is $55,585. Let me know what you guys think of that in the comment section down below. I think it's a pretty good price, considering that you do get a Sync 4 system with wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. That is a big plus to me. You get a lot of safety features as standard as well. You do have the good old-fashioned blind spot monitoring with that mirror down there. So you really don't need blind spot monitoring on this. You can option for blind spot monitoring. You can option for a turn signal integrated into your side view mirrors. You can option for power folding side view mirrors. So you can make this thing actually pretty nice. This one's just, you know, the base model of things. This is like the work truck model. So if you guys are looking to get one of these for your business, I think this is plenty fine. I don't think you need any options if you guys are going to be using this as an actual work truck. It's very, very nice as it sits. But, you know, we've talked about the exterior, we've talked about the performance, and now we've talked about what's going on here in the interior. I want to see what this thing's like to drive, as I'm assuming you guys do as well, because this is a new vehicle for 2023. So I will see you guys in the driver's seat. All right, guys, and now on to the driving portion of the review, where we always start right here when we rate vehicles going over these speed bumps on a scale of 1 to 10 at 5 miles an hour. So let's hit 5 right about there. I actually did pretty dang well, considering it's a Transit cargo van. Let's go down to here. Let's go down to 5. All right. That's 5. And I'll give this thing a 7.5. This thing actually went over those bumps very well, considering this is a cargo van. It's not like a fancy SUV with a super fancy suspension, but it rides very, very well. And it's funny because my uncle has an E450 box truck, and that thing is like one of the best riding vehicles I've ever been in. Like, it doesn't, you can't feel it going over any bumps. It's hilarious because it's so big, and you wouldn't expect it to ride so well. And this thing's not really much different. It still has a very, very compliant suspension, and it's so weird to come to a stop, not hear an engine in a thing like this, because I mean, I don't really drive these things anyway, like these cargo vans, but being in one that doesn't make any noise is even weirder. So let's take a listen to it. I didn't mean any noise, but you guys know what I mean. No engine noise. Let's take a listen to those electric motors back there, or that electric motor. Listen, it sounds like a jet. See, hear that? It's just kind of funny. And it's funny because there's not any insulation back there, so really all you can hear is the electric motors. The only real thing that's covering the electric motors is some sheet metal, which you set stuff on the floor, so there's no insulation really. So you can hear the electric motors in their full raw orientation, I guess would be the word that I would use. But listen, when you give it gas, you can hear it, and it sounds like a jet is taking off. It's pretty cool. And like, this thing's zippy considering that this is a cargo van, you know what I mean? You know, the range isn't the best, but you know, this is also the first model year of the E-Transit 350. So I think over time they're really going to start increasing the range, and I think we'll see a lot more of these on the road. Reason being is because I would assume anyway that these would be cheaper to maintain if you have a fleet of vehicles than, you know, a gas-powered vehicle or a diesel-powered truck or something like that, versus this. I mean, all you really got to do to one of these is charge it up. There's no real oil changes or anything like that. So as time goes on, as technology gets better with the battery-powered transit vans, I think that there will be a lot more of these used in fleets for fleet vehicles and stuff like that. They just need to increase the range a little bit. But watch just like the zippiness. I'm just gonna floor it here. It's zippy, and it's funny the noises that it makes. It really is. And I think that the range meter right there is actually pretty dang accurate, because from the dealership to the spot where I test these vehicles, that was the lane centering pushing me back into the lane, it's about 3 miles from the dealership, and it literally only used 3 miles of range. So I think that battery range right there is actually pretty accurate. So that is a great thing. And maybe that was, I don't know if that's, no, that was definitely the lane keep that pushed me back into the lane, but it's also pretty windy out right now as well. But man, this thing just rides super smooth. Obviously the insulation from the outside world isn't the greatest. It also, I mean, it's a cargo van, so literally all it is like some metal that's surrounding you. There's not really there doesn't need to be any insulation because it is a work vehicle after all. But I think it's pretty cool that I'm driving an electric cargo van right now. And obviously if you guys want to save a little bit of range, which is what I'm doing right now, you do not have to have your HVAC stuff. So if it's warm enough or cold enough in the vehicle, I recommend just leaving the AC and stuff off if you guys want some greater range. I mean, Ford said that with to do that with the Lightning if you guys want some better range. But yeah, pretty cool considering, you know, this is an electric cargo truck. And I know I've said that 3 times, but it's funny to me because it's electric and it's a cargo truck or a cargo van. So it's kind of cool. It's different. I've never seen or been in or driven anything like this before, so it's new to me. I think it's kind of cool, and we'll do a 0 to 60 test before we end out today's video. But I just want to tell you that I listened to a couple songs on the sound system, and it actually sounds like really good. Like, this is the base sound system, this isn't like upgraded or anything, and it actually sounded like really good. I was surprised at how good the sound system was. So if you guys have employees that like to listen to music, I don't think they should be worried, because it actually has a very good sound system, and it's cool. Get the wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. To me, I think that's the highlight of the vehicle, because you can pull it up on screen. It is cool to have the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto be wirelessly connected. So a little acceleration again. It's just such a funny sound. It's cool. And then when you let off, you can see it starts going into the green. That's the regenerative braking. You give it a little bit of brake, and you can see it really starts to regenerative brake. So pretty cool. You know, you've got all the things that you really need, considering this is going to be a work vehicle. You know, you've got all the cargo capacity in the back, you've got tons of storage up top here for pretty much whatever you need to set. You know, it looks pretty cool because you get the blue grill bars. I guess you don't really get a blue grill, but it's also cool. And I was saying this in a video I just did with a Subaru Solterra. I like how, at least in this application, Ford made this look exactly like the gas-powered variant, whereas a lot of other electric cars, and I'm going to call out the Hyundai Ioniq right now, because why are you going to make your electric vehicles look so much radically different than your gas-powered vehicles? If you manufacturers make vehicles like this that look like your gas-powered vehicles, but they're electric, I think you're going to sell a lot more of them, because people aren't going to be so used to the radical look of an electric vehicle. They're not going to want to drive one if they're not already into electric vehicles. However, if you're not into electric vehicles and you make your vehicles look like the gas-powered variant of it, I think you'll sell plenty more. And there's a Rivian pickup truck. I think that thing looks pretty good. That thing definitely hauls butt. But I think that thing looks pretty good. I mean, it's not too radically different from an electric or a gas-powered pickup truck, so I think that's good. I really like this infotainment system. I think it's fantastic. I like how Ford did the Sync 4 on the 12-inch screen as standard. I like the sound system. I like the way that this thing drives. It's super smooth. There's very minimal body roll because all the weight is towards the bottom of the vehicle, so that's why it can handle a little bit better. So we'll do a little body roll test here, and you can see, I mean, it just remains very flat going around turns. And it's kind of surprising because, you know, yes, this isn't the high roof variant of the Transit, but it just handles way better than I expected it to. So I love the lane keep assist. I love the pre-collision braking. That's a great thing. I like the post-collision braking, the lane keeping system. So you do get a few safety features as standard in it. It's got the right amount of safety features as standard, but we're going to skip to a 0 to 60 test. So let's skip to that now. All right, coming up to our 0 to 60 test spot, all we got to do is line up on this line, which is about right here, and then we'll gun it in 3, 2, 1, floored. That is 60. There we go. Pretty quick considering, you know, this is a cargo van. It doesn't need to be fast, but that was actually surprisingly quick. So yeah, this thing's got more than enough power than it needs, clearly. And you know, a couple things I want to do before we end out today's video. I want to summarize the vehicle. We'll do another little acceleration because why not? This thing got plenty enough power, more than enough power than you need. I love the 12-inch Sync 4 screen. Got the wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. You get the lane keep assist. You get the pre-collision braking. I mean, it's just a really good package for what you get, for what you need, considering this is going to be a work vehicle. So overall, great vehicle, thumbs up. I think this is a great first iteration of the e-cargo vans for Ford. So Ford, keep doing your thing. I think if you guys can get the range up just a bit, I think these things will absolutely sell. But that's it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy the video, please give it a big thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. Like I said, I'm really trying to hit 10,000 subscribers, and I cannot do that without your guys' help. So if you guys would take a second, give the video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, I greatly appreciate it. But like I said, that's it for today's video. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.